Hello, my name is Fox, and I'm Fox, and recently, I actually went to Disneyland, or Disney World, and as well as Hollywood Studios out in Florida. It was fun, I loved it, but one of the main reasons why I went out there, one, obviously spent time with my family, but also because me and my brother are very big Star Wars fans. I wouldn't say we're insanely big, but, you know, we love Star Wars. He's loved it, I'd say a lot longer than I probably have, because he grew up with, not like when the original trilogy came out, but he watched the original trilogy when it on VHS, and we also saw like the prequels in theaters, but at that point I like when I came out I didn't really give a shit because I liked cartoons at that. I just liked cartoons at that point. I really didn't like it, and even then, years later, I tried watching the prequels, and I didn't quite enjoy it. And then, like, even the Clone Wars animated series came out, the first few episodes, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I didn't like it then. My brother, he loved all of it, and, you know, it's cool. Me, I didn't like it until the sequel trilogies came out. Like, I knew of Star Wars, I liked the lightsabers, all that stuff, I knew the quotes, but I never actually seen the movies. But when the sequel trilogy came out, Force Awakens, that actually is what I'd say started me down the path of honestly really enjoying Star Wars. I liked Force Awakens, and then I started watching from Force Awakens. Me and my brother watched the entire all of the movies leading up to that. After that, I watched the sequel trilogy coming out after. I watched Clone Wars series from beginning to end. I watched the Rebels beginning to end. And honestly, you know, I'm now watching The Mandalorian, all that stuff. I loved that series, stuff of that. And like Anakin was my favorite. Rey is one of my favorites, as well as Anakin is definitely one of my favorites. I love the Skywalker saber. But my brother, I will say, like, Luke, I gotta rewatch the original trilogy because I don't know why. I don't know why. Those ones didn't really leave an impact on me. Those really did not leave any kind of impact on me, and I'm like, okay, I can see where a lot of cool things came from and all this stuff happened, but in the end, like, I think I just maybe have to rewatch it, but I don't know, nothing really grabbed me from those ones as much, but something did for my brother, because he loved, I remember us playing Fallen Order, like, we were playing it separately, and like I said, hey, what color is your blade that you start out with? He's like, oh, I made mine, it's green. I'm like, why green? And he's like, oh yeah, because of Luke Skywalker, because like that was like his biggest thing. Well, for his birthday, when I went over to Disneyland, I got him Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I'm not going to be able to deliver it to him till probably next month. Maybe this month, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But he told me he want to send a picture to him, so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll make a video, for one, to show it off a little bit, as well as so I can unbox my other another lightsaber that I have here. So I'll start off with Luke's. I'm not going to ignite the blades or anything. I'm just going to kind of look at them and kind of show them off because I want to have a video where he ignites it himself. Let's open it up real quick. And like I've gotten another one before for my father. I got him Darth Vader's lightsaber. And because he's a really big Vader fan, I love Vader as well. And my brother loves Luke, so Luke's lightsaber. This is actually really nice. Warning. That's nice. That's really nice. Holy hell. Obviously, there's no blade in it. Also, the thing is, like, if I remember correctly, because of how Luke's lightsaber is made, because I'm not entirely sure, I believe this is movie accurate. Again, original trilogy movies, they didn't leave too much of an impact on me. Honestly, the sequel trilogy probably did more. The prequels, it didn't leave really too much of an impact on me until after I watched the Clone Wars. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, like, that is nice. Honestly, it's very light, too. It's a very light lightsaber. Okay, here we go. One thing also is that I gotta take the top off because there is a connector that you have to kind of connect to it, so that way something like this, the blade, can actually go into. I saw someone review kind of Leia's lightsaber, and like they showed like, yeah, this is like how it looks and stuff like that. They didn't show Luke's one, so like you guys have to unattach, I think, here, and you can kind of see like it's like way chunkier. I know like there's probably like some, I think like NeoPixel, I think they're called, which are better probably of like, you know, it's all one thing, but I think even then, I think this is probably more movie accurate than those are. So like this is just for display if you want it, and then you switch this out, and boom, you put this sucker on and you can wield it. And like it's cool because it has it in the case, even has like a little Luke there, but yeah, it has it in the case. Then honestly, but here's the weirdest bit. Like when I got this, I thought, because there's two lightsabers. Again, I got two lightsabers from there. I got Luke's lightsaber, which, again, looks badass, but I also knew, because look at that, that is really cool. It's kind of nice to hold. Like that is a badass lightsaber. I love Star Wars. I love the how like basically they like a lot of stuff was cobbled together. Like they would take like a prop gun, like they couldn't really modify it all that much, so they just added like sci-fi shit on it to make it look cool. That's one of the reasons why I buy replica things. I kind of want to try doing that at some point with some of these. But yeah, so and lightsabers, like, you know, are just freaking awesome. But yeah, so Luke's lightsaber, it's really cool. But again, like I was saying, like I knew that Luke's lightsaber needed this adapter, so that way you could, you know, put a blade in and swing it around and all that stuff. And like basically, when it's like this, it's really just for display until you unscrew this and hook up the other bit. But again, what confused me then was like, I'm like, oh, because there's two lightsabers I got. The first one being, and this is probably where people who like Star Wars, who don't like the sequel trilogy are going to turn off the video at the point where I said that I like the sequel trilogy, also probably would have turned them off. But Luke's lightsaber, I'm like, oh, I said, okay, I want two lightsabers. I want Luke's, and I want Blank's lightsaber. And they said, oh, and I saw one lightsaber head was really big, like the crate is really big, like compared to Luke's, which also, that just sits very nicely in the case. Which compared to Luke's is goddamn, this one is goddamn massive. This is really huge. And I'm like, oh, that big one must be Luke's because it needs an adapter to it. And they're like, no. That's Rey's. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. Also, like at the bottom it says Luke Skywalker and Rey Skywalker. Yes. I don't care what anyone says. She is a Skywalker. Ah, shit. But, yeah, so this is Rey's lightsaber. Specifically, this is her lightsaber at the end of Rise of Skywalker, which I am going to admit, again, even though I love the sequel trilogy, there were some things they could have done better. One of them probably would have been a cool like thread line that they brought up at one point. That basically, like, throughout the movie, Rey was slowly building this lightsaber. And I'm like, yeah, that would have had way more merit and oomph to it. But I also feel like a lot of the reasons why Rise of Skywalker failed is because they're like, we need to fix everything The Last Jedi did. I'm like, because everyone hates it. Everyone hates that movie. We need to fix it. And then, even though, again, I thought it was pretty good. I honestly thought, like, in the theaters, like, that's kind of how people felt when they saw The Empire Strikes Back. Watching it, I'm like, oh my god, like, the bad guys won. Like, you know, are the heroes gonna win? Like, I honestly felt, you know, I thought that's how people felt. And then, like, no, people hated it. I'm like, alright, well, I honestly enjoyed it. But yeah, like, again, I'm not saying the movie is complete. The movies are extremely perfect. None of the Star Wars movies are. A lot of them are dumb fun at some points. I specifically, like, also, like, people like to, like, think, oh, George Lucas had all this planned out. He did not. That's why Luke kissed his sister. And, like, some people say, like, oh, no, the reason why Darth Vader is named what he is because it's supposed to be, like, dark, Vater. Because Vater is the Latin word for father. It's like, no, you idiot. It's reason because he wanted it to be Dark Invader. Like, that's not even that's like easy one to figure out. Even then, I like the stuff like that. Even then, like them making legends, which it doesn't mean it's non-canonized. It just means it could happen, it could not have happened. Although some things have shown it's not happened, but even then, I'd say that those are legends in the universe. But Rey's lightsaber, which also isn't the last lightsaber thing I'm going to bring up, but Rey's lightsaber. This thing is huge. I don't know why. Why is Rey's lightsaber so huge? Also, that just looks badass. That looks badass. I know from a review that it doesn't turn on, sadly, how it does in the movie. Holy hell, this is heavy. Okay. Nah, I'm checking underneath it. Make sure there's nothing there. There's like styrofoam and stuff, but these crates are badass. I love like how these crates that hold the lightsabers, feel like they're from that universe. They're from the universe. I'll stick you over there, but oh yeah, that's freaking cool. This is heavy. Also, I like how you see like the scarring for like when the lightsaber turns on. Also, it doesn't turn on by turning the thing. There's like a switch over here. They got to turn on and off. But still, like, and like it's wrapped up nice. It is heavy. This is a heavy ass lightsaber, and then like it does open up. It doesn't open up on its own, but this is how you open up because in the other one there's a cover that covers like the blade point. But this one it doesn't. Like you just kind of open up like this. But yet God, this is heavy as hell. Oh my God, like this has weight to it. Like, hold on, let me get Luke's lightsaber real quick. Like, I don't know why, okay, I guess it is kind of a little bit bigger than, oh shit, than it probably, right, but I don't know why, like, Rey's is so huge. But yeah, like, that looks badass. Even just the profile, and that it is, like, this is maybe, like, half a pound. This is, like, a pound, 2 pounds or something like that. This is a good weight. Even, like, it has, like, the wrapping around it, too, which feels nice. But yeah, like, this is heavy. And also, like, I don't know. It just feels like it's way more weighted. And also, obviously, it's the end part of, like, Rey's staff. Device compiles parts. But yeah, this feels good. Like, honestly, because I have my other lightsaber over here. I have my built lightsaber, which I'll bring this up in a minute. It's still heavy. This is still heavier than this. Like, if anything, Luke's lightsaber is the lightest. But Rey's, oh hell yeah, I like this weight. I like this weight a lot. I kind of want to put the blade in, but I want to wait. I'm gonna wait till, bro, that way we can, because I bought some more blades for us, and when I go over there, we'll ignite them on screen. But yeah, well then you kind of up and boom. This is a badass lightsaber. I hope there's gonna be follow-ups to the sequel trilogy, which I don't believe for a second. Like, yes, Episode 9 is the final Star Wars, final in the Skywalker trilogy. Like, bullshit. I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't believe that for a second. No. I hope there's going to be more to it. I like kind of how it looks like all of Star Wars right now taking place, like the Bad Batch and the Mandalorian are kind of feeding into like the whole Exegol storyline, and even like the comics are feeding into it, the sequel trilogy, all that stuff. And I'm really hoping that they're gonna continue with it. Yeah, that just looks nice. But even though I'm not igniting, oh shit, is this not gonna close? Is Rey's lightsaber not gonna fit properly? Damn it, I have no idea. I'll close it off screen. But another thing that I got over there at Disneyland, even though I'm not going to be igniting Luke's and Rey's lightsaber, I will be igniting my custom lightsaber, which also I recently upgraded because in Galaxy's Edge you can build your own lightsaber for hefty sum, but you can build your own lightsaber, and the customization is a bit like, okay, here's 2 sets, here's 4 sets that you can make. There's about, I want to say 6 to 9 pieces or something like that in each set. I took Power and Control, which is basically the Sith. And then, but you can then buy scrap metal or extra parts. Next time, you just need to bring your lightsaber to buy them. And so I actually went because when I originally went, I couldn't buy any extra parts, but I was able to buy extra parts now. And I was able to get from 2 other sets. The Jedi set, basically, which I think is Balance and Protection, which is the emitter right here, as well as the wrapping bit for this, and basically, boom. These were the original emitter and, like, casing for the front top bit, and you could, like, interchange and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is my custom-made lightsaber. I have currently... Originally, I started my red crystal. I got blue and white at the original one, which if you've seen so many of my Star Wars videos, especially for the reviews on the Mandalore ones, you see that I actually have ignited a few times. Recently, I'll say this right now, again, Luke was okay. Like, the coolest thing about him was that him and my dog shared the same name. And that's really where I really knew, like, Luke from. But other than that, Luke's lightsaber, like, the green, I'm like, I guess that's kind of cool. Even back when I liked, like, green was, like, one of my favorite colors, which I'm not saying it's not. Blue's more my favorite color now. Mixed with, like, other colors, pink also, and stuff like that. But, blue, like, I like the blue lightsabers, blue crystals. Green was, like, Qui-Gon, I saw when Qui-Gon had him, that's kind of cool. Other than that, with Luke's lightsaber, I never really felt, man, this crystal actually looks more jacked up than the other ones. I don't know sure why. But, Luke's lightsaber, was the main one that was green. And, like, I kind of get the idea, like, okay, yeah, you've never seen a green lightsaber before. And back then, it's like, oh, that's amazing. That's Luke Skywalker. And not only until I saw The Mandalorian Season 2, then I'm like, okay, I think I understand why people like the green lightsaber so much. And why that one at least kind of showed me, like, why Luke is a badass. You can thank The Mandalorian for that. And I'm not saying that because, like, the sequel trilogy made him look like shit. I'm like, no, I can believe a hero can lose faith or, like, want to atone for what he thinks are his sins after he lost, basically, his nephew. But when he he basically thought he lost his nephew and, like, to the dark side and, like, he thought he almost killed him and all this stuff. And, I can understand that. I can understand that stuff, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Even then, like, there's a review of the comics, which talks about the movies, by a Top of the Fourth Wall, Linkara, and he actually puts up some good stuff about The Last Jedi. Talks about it, like, how Luke shows the perfect, like, what a Jedi should be in that movie. Mind you, he doesn't like Rise of Skywalker, which I actually do like as well, but even then, I still admit that there are some problems with it, but I wouldn't say it's as bad as everyone says. But, yeah. Actually, I'm doing that wrong. I'm sorry. But anyways, first, let's ignite this. Ooh. That actually looks really nice. I can't tell, though, if this sounds any different than, God, I'm still amazed how, like, obviously, if you're looking at it eye-wise, like me just looking at it, like, it's like, alright, it looks cool, glowing, whatever, but when you look at the camera... God, that sucker looks beautiful. Like, that looks beautiful. Like, this looks like I'm wielding, like, Luke's lightsaber. That is badass. But, yeah, it is really cool. I kind of wish, and this is one thing I do like about, even though it's kind of in Legends, but not really. Now, if lightsabers had more, the reason for the color had more reason behind, they just like the color. Which, there's kind of a reason in Legends. I feel like the canon one now... It gives kind of more of a reason for certain colors, like white, red, and all that stuff, which I like. Never really for green and blue, but yeah, look at that. That's badass. That looks cool. Alright, so that's green. And again, that just looks badass, which actually I wonder... Oh, shit. Because I think the green crystal kind of sounds like the blue one, but I think it might actually be a darker tune. But anyways. Next, try gold or yellow, and then we'll try. I'll see. Actually, you know what? Before we do yellow, I want to put blue back in because I want to see. I want to hear it real quick. Also, I love like just the how you build this thing. Okay, yeah. So again, that just looks damn amazing. But yeah, okay. So you can hear there is a difference. Like, blue is or green is like a darker hum, like a deeper hum, I think, than this one is, as well as a little bit louder. This sounds more reserved, I guess, in a sense. But also, I just love that blues. I love lightsabers so much, and I'm so confused when like, because there's some, like Star Wars fans that I watch, and like they're like, oh yeah, lightsabers are too bright and colorful. The dark saber is cooler because he gives you stealth and all that. I'm like, half the reason why lightsabers are cool is because of the light, which also, again, it's weird in the camera, and I keep bringing this up because I really like the look of it. Because in the camera, this looks white. And then it has the blue aura around it, which is really good, and that's what you kind of want. But when I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is blue, and like there's the, like, I don't know, it just looks almost perfect. God, that is really good effects. That is really, really good. That just shows, like, sometimes, like, the lightsaber in the movies and stuff, like, at least, the sequel trilogy, probably just, like, and I think, like, if you look behind the scenes, it is pretty much just these lightsabers, something like them. But yeah, like, that just looks badass. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Alright, so then, let's go ahead and switch out for the golden crystal, or the yellow crystal. Which, again, I love Rey and all that stuff, but, like, I hope there's going to be, like, some kind of Clone Wars-esque series that's after those movies, and we don't just skip to, like, a few years later when we have the next trilogy, in like 20-something years when they bring Daisy Ridley back and people are like, oh yeah, the sequels aren't that bad, which they did for the prequels. Like, I hope we'll get like Rey young and like doing what, seeing her wield that yellow lightsaber, because at least for Luke, we at least see him wield that green lightsaber in his movie. Rey, we don't even see it. We get the Battlefront movie and then the Lego one, and that's about it. Alright, let's turn this on. Ooh, that sounds cool. If I remember correctly, I think the sound is the Jedi Guards. I don't think it's like Rey's specifically. Even then, like, that does look cool. That hum is really nice. But yeah, that is badass. That is really cool. But yeah, that's a classic sound. But yeah, this is like, again, the golden crystal, which also, it's weird the shape of it. Like, I'll bring it up in a minute. Well, here, like, I think all the kind of look the same, shape wise at least. Like, they're kind of pointed like this. Like this and stuff like that. This is the only one that's kind of deformed looking. Not deformed, but like, it's different. But yeah, look at that. Look at that lightsaber. And also, here's just a closer look at my lightsaber. But yeah, look at that blade. That is really freaking cool. That is such good looking, like, technology. It is some good looking technology. Though I will say again, I do like the blue blade. I don't know, something about it. Something being classic. I love that stuff. I love the white one. I love those color. But yeah, this green one's not that bad. And the yellow one's not that bad either. I think this... I want to see if Rey's one is a different shade. But yeah, this looks badass. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If my brother sees this, I hope you enjoy your birthday present when I get it to you. But thanks for watching. Good videos, and then I got Rey's over here, which, again, does not want to go back in its casing. Does not want to close. Thanks for watching videos, and hopefully we'll see a video of us igniting our blades soon. Remember, our blades soon, and we will. See you later. Also, fun fact, the reason why the lightsaber is green is actually because what is it? The opening scene where Luke is on Tatooine. It's because they don't want to give him a blue blade because it would match the sky and he probably couldn't see it, so they give him a green one. Which, just like Samuel Jackson having a purple lightsaber, eventually they give it like meanings deeper later. Usually, actually, not really for these ones, but.